Don't take your travel pictures like this. Instead, try this. The problem with this picture is all these distractions right in front of the model, so let's move a little bit closer and notice the big rock that I'm placing my model on. There's still a bit of distraction in the foreground, so what we can do is lower the phone into a rock and use this rock to hide any distraction in the foreground that we don't want to show. Turn live mode on and make sure you click on your model to adjust the focus. Hold your phone steady for 3 seconds and snap away. Next, open up your picture, swipe up and swipe all the way to long exposure, and you just went from this to this. Don't take your selfies like this. Instead, try this. Stand under a strong light source, click on your face to lock focus, pull down the sun to make it moody. Now reach up and frame your head on this intersection of the grid. Look up, you just went from this to this. Do you want to take a picture of your cookie? Don't do it like this. Instead, try this. Get yourself a glass of milk and start building your cookie Jenga. Once the tower is high enough, we're going to make sure there's a light source coming from the side. And we're going to close the camera app and go into Lightroom Mobile. Open up the camera, change the camera mode into professional, then change the shutter speed into 1/2000. We're going to drop an ice cube into the milk, and with good timing, we're going to snap away. You just went from this to this. Don't take your pictures like this. Instead, try this. I get it, you want to show the building, but instead, get closer to the model and go down. And ladies, for the pose, you want to have one leg in front of the other leaning, and you can take one hand and play with the hair, and once you're happy with the picture, snap away. You just went from this to this. Like and follow for more. Don't take your pictures like this. Instead, try this. Find a wall and use it to frame your subject. Put your phone against the wall and go to portrait mode. Click on your model to lock focus and position him on this line of the grid. Once you're happy with the results, snap away. You just went from this to this. Do you want to take a picture with a tall building? Don't do it like this. Instead, try this. First, let's move a little bit closer to the building. I'll have my model climb on this structure and strike his favorite pose. Go to pano mode and flip your phone sideways. For the first frame, make sure your model is fully showing and his head is highlighted in the bright area of the sky. And once you're ready, click record and slowly start panning up. Keep your hand steady, and once you clear the building, click pause, and you just went from this to this. Do you want to take a picture of your popcorn? Don't do it like this. Instead, find yourself a black background and lay down the popcorn piece. Go into the Lightroom app, open up the camera, then choose professional mode. Next, we're going to set the shutter speed to 1/3200 and set your ISO to 64. You might need a higher number depending on your lighting situation. Finally, frame your ball on the lower intersection of the grid, drop some popcorn, and snap away. You just went from this to this. Don't take your pictures like this. Instead, try this. This picture is bad because the sun is facing the model. Let's try what photographers call backlit. Have the sun behind the model. This way her face is evenly lit and her hair is glowing. Strike your favorite pose and snap away. You just went from this to this. Parking lot pictures? No, please don't take your pictures like this. Instead, try this. We're going to use the natural lights coming through the windows, so walk around and use the 2x zoom. Frame your model with most of the picture covered with the garage structure. Before you take the picture, click on the model, pull down the little sun to adjust the exposure, and once you're happy with the results, snap away. You just went from this to this. Like and follow for more.